Okay, let's unpack this. Imagine you're at the forefront of breast imaging, where every single image, every diagnosis, every decision has a direct impact on a patient's life. It's a field demanding not just competence, but consistent, verifiable excellence.
Yeah.
So how do facilities ensure they're not just meeting a baseline, but truly pushing the boundaries of quality care?
That's precisely where the National Accreditation Program for Breast Centers, or NAPBC, steps in.
Uh-huh.
It's far more than just a simple badge of honor. It's a robust, multidisciplinary framework designed to elevate breast care programs. And for you, working within breast imaging, it means your department plays an absolutely critical role in achieving and, crucially, maintaining that accreditation.
Right.
Today, we're taking a deep dive into the practical applications of these NAPBC requirements. We'll put a heavy emphasis on how meticulous record-keeping, continuous auditing, proactive monitoring, and transparent reporting really contribute to a facility's overall success in breast care.
So our mission for you today is to shortcut your way to being well-informed on how these standards don't just add administrative layers, but actually empower you. Empower you to implement targeted, evidence-based interventions to achieve the best possible results. We're talking about building a program where every action is intentional, measurable, and contributes to truly multidisciplinary excellence.
Exactly. We'll be navigating the optimal resources for breast care, 2024 standards from the American College of Surgeons. This is what defines the qualifications for accreditation. It's about understanding not just what the NAPBC asks you to do, but why it matters, and how to embed these principles into your daily operations to foster a culture of continuous improvement.
Okay. So to truly grasp the profound impact on breast imaging, we probably need to first understand the NAPBC's overarching structure. It's a strategic shift, you said, from fragmented care to a coordinated multidisciplinary approach.
That's right. NAPBC accreditation is awarded to programs that consistently demonstrate compliance with evidence-based standards. The ultimate aim is improving quality outcomes for patients.
And the core of that structure.
At the very heart of it, defining its strategic direction, is the Breast Program Leadership Committee, or BPLC.
Yeah.
That's outlined in Standard 2.1. This isn't just a formality or, another committee meeting. It's the governing body. It brings together a minimum of 3 physicians from different key disciplines.
Okay.
And importantly, radiology is specifically named as a core discipline. The BPLC is responsible for planning, implementing, evaluating, and improving all breast-related activities. They ensure program compliance across the board. The real insight here is that NAPBC elevates breast imaging from just a departmental function to a strategic program component.
So it ensures its needs, challenges, contributions are not just heard, but directly championed at a high level.
Precisely, at the highest level of breast care leadership.
So this committee actually gives breast imaging a strong, authoritative voice within the entire breast center, ensuring your priorities are integrated into the bigger picture. That's a significant shift.
It really is.
And underpinning this entire structure is strong administrative commitment. That's Standard 1.1. Facility leadership, we're talking CEO level, must provide a letter demonstrating tangible commitment to the NAPBC accredited program.
Tangible is the key word.
Right, including initiatives for quality of care, patient safety, and crucially, financial investment like plans for equipment purchases or expanded services. So if you're making a case for a new MRI machine or maybe upgraded mammography units, this isn't just about showing need.
No, it's about alignment.
It's about aligning your department's requests with the facility's stated commitment to NAPBC excellence. This commitment should translate into real-world support for your imaging initiatives.
Yes, exactly. And a critical concept to grasp throughout these standards, especially for your record-keeping and audit readiness, is the definition of a protocol. In past versions, they were called policies and procedures, which sometimes felt a bit static,
Like documents sitting on a shelf.
Right. Now, a protocol is explicitly defined as a structured and consistent process crafted by the NAPBC accredited program to help implement the required compliance criteria. Protocols must be written and documented and formally approved by the BPLC.
Formally approved, okay.
This highlights a profound emphasis on standardized, documented, and officially sanctioned processes. It means every step, from patient intake to image acquisition, reporting, follow-up. It should all follow a clear, documented process that the BPLC has signed off on. This isn't just having a guideline. It's about having an explicit blueprint for consistent, high-quality care that everyone understands and follows.
So it's not just about doing good work, but meticulously documenting how you do it, who oversees it, and how it fits into the bigger patient journey. It sounds like if it wasn't documented, it didn't happen, is practically the NAPBC's mantra. No cutting corners allowed.
That's a very good way to put it.
This really sets the stage for everything that follows in terms of precision, accountability, and continuous improvement, especially when it comes to being audit ready.
Wow.
Now, let's zoom in on the breast imaging department itself. The NAPBC has very specific requirements for quality assurance that directly translate into your daily operations and how you manage your records. Where should we start? Maybe standard 3.4, breast imaging quality assurance.
That's the perfect place. This standard is truly foundational. It mandates that all mammography services must be provided in accordance with federal guidelines established by the Mammography Quality Standards Act, or MQSA.
MQSA, right, non-negotiable.
Absolutely non-negotiable. And it requires meticulous record-keeping to demonstrate compliance with everything: equipment calibration, phantom imaging, technologist qualifications, interpreting physician certifications, the whole 9 yards. Those meticulous records aren't just paperwork. They're the tangible proof that your primary screening tool consistently operates at peak federal standards. It provides an ironclad defense in any audit and, more importantly, unwavering confidence in diagnostic accuracy for every patient.
Okay, MQSA for mammo is huge, we know that. But how does NAPBC ensure an equivalent level of quality assurance for something like breast MRI? That often involves different accreditation bodies, right?
Excellent question. It really highlights NAPBC's comprehensive approach. For breast MRI, facilities performing these services on-site must hold either American College of Radiology, ACR, breast MRI accreditation, or be an ACR-designated Comprehensive Breast Imaging Center, CBIC. If your facility doesn't perform MRI on-site, you need a formal referral relationship with a local facility that does hold one of these accreditations.
So a documented pathway.
A documented pathway, exactly. And importantly, on-site services must have the capacity for mammographic correlation, directed breast ultrasound, and MRI-guided intervention. ACR accreditation isn't just a badge. It signifies adherence to rigorous, evidence-based imaging parameters and reporting criteria developed by leading radiologists. It ensures standardized, high-quality images and reliable diagnoses. Your documentation proving these accreditations and referral agreements is a key component of your NAPBC compliance. It verifies the quality of care, even when services are technically off-site.
That's a lot of specialized accreditation, covering different modalities and ensuring a seamless experience. But what about image-guided biopsies? They're so central to accurate diagnosis and often a critical, invasive step for patients.
That leads us directly to Standard 3.3. Image-guided biopsy quality assurance. This requires recognized quality assurance practices for safe performance. For stereotactic core needle biopsies, it means being performed at an ACR stereotactic breast biopsy accredited facility or by an American Society of Breast Surgeons, ASBRS, stereotactic breast procedures certified surgeon.
ACR or ASBRS certified surgeon.
Okay. Similarly, for ultrasound-guided biopsies, it's an ACR breast ultrasound-accredited facility or an ASBRS breast ultrasound-certified surgeon. And for MRI biopsies, an ACR breast MRI-accredited facility is a must.
So specific accreditations for each type of guidance.
Precisely. These aren't just recommendations, they are strict compliance criteria requiring specific documentation of accreditations and certifications. It highlights the direct link between professional credentials and quality metrics. It ensures every invasive procedure is performed by personnel and in facilities meeting nationally recognized benchmarks for safety and accuracy. This directly reduces patient risk and enhances diagnostic reliability.
So for our listeners, the takeaway here is clear. NAPBC isn't just checking a box. It's ensuring that the imaging equipment, the personnel, and the processes for crucial diagnostic steps like biopsies are all rigorously accredited, documented, and constantly monitored. This is your foundation for audit readiness and the tangible evidence you'll need to demonstrate that unwavering commitment to quality patient care.
Exactly. And the breast imaging department's influence extends far beyond these specific QA standards. It truly impacts the entire patient journey. Our journey through the NAPBC standards wouldn't be complete without seeing how imaging underpins the entire patient pathway. It begins, of course, with early detection.
Right, screening.
And Standard 5.1, screening for breast cancer, lays out the meticulous guidelines here.
So what does NAPBC emphasize for screening beyond just recommending mammograms? Is it about density? Risk?
All of the above. It mandates the use of nationally recognized guidelines, yes, but it also requires a protocol for notifying and educating patients about increased breast density. That's a significant factor. This includes guidelines for supplemental screening, think digital breast tomosynthesis, breast ultrasound, MRI, molecular breast imaging, contrast-enhanced mammography. You must also implement risk assessment strategies and provide evidence-based risk reduction strategies.
And who checks this?
The BPLC. They triennially review this entire protocol, assessing the appropriate use of screening techniques and the risk reduction strategies provided. This means your patient education materials, your screening workflows, your risk assessment forms, they're all under regular review, requiring clear, auditable documentation. It demonstrates patient-centric, evidence-based care.
Okay. And when a finding is abnormal and precision becomes absolutely paramount, that's where Standard 5.2. Diagnostic imaging of the breast and axilla steps in. This sounds like where meticulous record keeping becomes even more critical.
Indeed. This standard requires a protocol addressing risk evaluation during the diagnostic process, timely access to biopsy services, and clear communication of biopsy recommendations. Standard stuff, you might think. But here's what's truly profound for imaging professionals. The necessity of a process for radiology and pathology to evaluate the concordance between imaging and biopsy pathology.
The concordance review, that's key.
Absolutely key. This includes reviewing slides or reports and having a documented process for managing discordant reviews. When imaging and path don't match up, the results and any recommended actions must be meticulously documented in the medical record with follow-up. And again, the BPLC triennially reviews barriers to efficient diagnosis and the process for discordant biopsies. It's a prime example of continuous monitoring and auditing built right in.
So it's a direct, built-in feedback loop for quality and accuracy within your department.
Precisely. It allows you to immediately identify where imaging diagnoses align perfectly with pathology, or, critically, where they don't. That triggers immediate investigation and potential corrective action. It's how you truly refine your diagnostic acumen.
That sounds like a huge operational lift, though. How does a facility practically manage all those concordance reviews, especially with high volumes? Does the NAPBC offer guidance, or is it up to each center?
It's an excellent point about the practicalities. While the NAPBC sets what the requirement for concordance review, the how, is often left to the individual centers, they encourage innovation in developing those protocols. Many centers leverage multidisciplinary conferences, often weekly, where radiologists and pathologists review cases together, specifically discussing discordant results in real time. Sophisticated tracking systems are also key flagging cases for review, ensuring all follow-up actions are documented. The focus is on having a defined, documented process that works for your center, which the BPLC then monitors for effectiveness.
Got it. So a tailored approach, but with clear expectations. And this integrated approach continues, right? Moving into specialized care.
Yes. For high-risk patients, Standard 5.4. Management of patients at increased risk for breast cancer requires a protocol for managing these individuals, including guideline-based imaging surveillance. Even for those newly diagnosed, Standard 5.6. Evaluation and treatment planning emphasizes reviewing all clinically relevant outside breast imaging studies before treatment.
Crucial for continuity.
Absolutely. Avoids critical omissions. And the BPLC annually assesses this process, looking for barriers to timely acquisition and review. And finally, even after treatment, Standard 5.16. Surveillance mandates ongoing imaging to monitor for recurrence. It requires a protocol for appropriate clinical and imaging surveillance for disease progression or recurrence, and also for long-term effects of treatment. Again, the BPLC triennially reviews this protocol, ensuring evidence-based guidelines are being followed and documented in the patient medical record.
Wow.
The common thread through all these standards, from initial screening to long-term follow-up, is the absolute necessity of a robust, traceable imaging process. It forms an unbroken chain of quality. It demonstrates that the patient's imaging story is complete and thoroughly considered at every single stage.
So across the entire patient journey, from screening to surveillance, breast imaging is just deeply embedded in these NAPBC requirements. It drives the need for impeccable record keeping, defined protocols, continuous monitoring. It's truly a holistic view of quality. But this raises an important question. How do facilities actually improve if they identify shortcomings during all this monitoring?
That's where Chapter 7, quality improvement, becomes absolutely essential. It's not just about finding problems, it's about fixing them. Standard 7.1. Quality measures requires the BPLC to monitor compliance with NAPBC-approved quality measures, things like diagnostic accuracy rates, time to biopsy, and develop corrective action plans if adherence falls below expected rates. This is the programmatic level of auditing.
All right, monitoring metrics. But how do they actually drive change? Building on this idea of continuous improvement, it sounds like the NAPBC really pushes facilities to go beyond mere compliance. How do these quality improvement initiatives, especially those using data from specific registries, truly transform patient care?
This is where Standard 7.2, Quality Improvement Initiatives, really transforms the theoretical into the tangible. It's where the rubber meets the road for improvement. The BPRC, guided by the Breast Program Director, must implement at least one breast cancer-specific quality improvement initiative each calendar year.
Every year.
Every single calendar year. And this isn't just identifying a problem, it's about using recognized performance improvement methodologies like Lean or PDC-CAP BSA, Plan to Check Act, or Plan to Study Act to understand the root cause, implement a solution, and then rigorously monitor the data. For breast imaging, this could mean using data from the National Mammography Database, NMD, or the National Quality Measures for Breast Centers, NQMBC, to identify an issue.
Using real-world data.
Exactly. Maybe a specific turnaround time for diagnostic workups is consistently exceeding benchmarks based on that NMD data. Your department would then design and implement an intervention, say, streamlining the biopsy scheduling process. And then you use that very same data source to measure if the intervention actually succeeded. The BPLC gets status updates twice a year, ensuring accountability and consistent monitoring of progress.
So it's the direct application of your meticulous record keeping for internal auditing, driving tangible improvements that directly impact patient experience and outcomes.
That's it.
That's fascinating. It's not just about meeting a standard, but about using the data you're already collecting to actively get better. It transforms record keeping from just a chore into a powerful tool for change.
Precisely. This is the practical application of auditing your own performance and using that data to drive continuous improvement. It's a dynamic cycle of plan, do, study, act that never truly ends. And let's not forget the emphasis on individualized shared decision-making, or ISDM, woven into many standards. The BPLC evaluates its implementation in clinical scenarios annually. It fosters patient-centric care even in complex imaging decisions. So your role in educating patients about imaging options for their specific needs, ensuring they feel empowered in their care decisions, is also crucial for this.
What a profound exploration into the NAPBC standards and their really far-reaching implications for breast imaging. It's undeniably clear that accreditation is not a one-time event, but an ongoing active commitment to excellence. It's driven by meticulous record-keeping, diligent monitoring, transparent reporting, and that continuous cycle of auditing and improvement.
You've seen how specific standards like those for breast imaging quality assurance covering mammography, MRI, biopsies in 3.3 and 3.4, and the full patient journey, from screening in 5.1, diagnostic imaging 5.2, high-risk management 5.4, and surveillance 5.16, all require defined protocols and active BPLC oversight. The structured, data-driven approach, combined with those explicit quality improvement initiatives, ensures that the breast imaging component contributes powerfully to the overall multidisciplinary excellence of the breast center.
It truly highlights how every detail in your imaging department, from equipment accreditation all the way to how you document a biopsy concordance, feeds into a larger system designed to deliver the highest quality of patient care. It's about building a robust, auditable, and continuously evolving program that puts the patient squarely at the center.
So, for those of you immersed in breast imaging, maybe consider this. How might proactive engagement with your BPLC, armed with specific performance data from your own department, perhaps a bottleneck you've observed in diagnostic turnaround times, or a trend in biopsy concordance you've noticed, how might that transform a current operational challenge into your next successful, evidence-based quality improvement initiative, ultimately elevating care for your patients?